There comes a moment in life when you're forced to notice something unsettling. You're not truly living your life. You're acting on a stage built by someone else. Every decision feels filtered, every step measured, every word pre-planned, all because of what another mind might think. Yet beneath that constant tension lies a quiet truth. No opinion can wound you unless you give it permission first. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And the thoughts of others, their expectations, judgments, imagined criticisms, have always existed beyond your control. Still, we spend years trying to manage impressions, predict reactions, and shape ourselves into whatever earns approval. And in that exhausting chase, we lose the very thing we were meant to guard, our inner freedom. Only the truly observant will notice the most important idea in this video. And only the truly intelligent will understand why learning to stop caring about what others think is the first step toward becoming unshakable. Because the moment you stop chasing acceptance, something shifts. Your voice becomes clearer. Your confidence steadies. Your choices grow honest. Your life becomes yours again. Stoicism doesn't teach coldness or indifference. It teaches you to place your worth where it belongs, in your character, your actions, your values. Not in the changing winds of someone else's opinion. In this video, you'll learn 7 powerful Stoic principles that help break the habit of caring what others think. Not someday, not eventually. Starting now, let's begin. 1. You can't control what they think, only what you become. There is a difficult truth most people avoid for years. You can shape your discipline, your character, your actions, but you will never shape the thoughts inside another person's mind. And this is where so much unnecessary suffering begins. We bend ourselves to dodge criticism. We shrink to avoid envy. We rehearse every word and decision as if the whole world is watching and judging. But here is the reality you must finally face. Your mind is the only territory you fully command. Everything beyond it, the opinions, assumptions, judgments, and misunderstandings of others, exists outside your authority. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not what they say or think that disturbs you, but your opinion about it." He wasn't telling you to suppress emotion. He was pointing directly to where power lies, not in controlling the world, but in mastering the story you tell yourself about it. Think about the quiet moments when you've betrayed yourself out of fear. How often did you hold back your truth because you imagined disapproval? How many opportunities did you abandon? Not because they were wrong, but because you feared being misunderstood? How much of your life has been shaped by an audience that never truly existed? This is the invisible prison Stoicism reveals. You surrender your self-worth to people who were never meant to hold it. The Stoic path offers a way out. Let them think whatever they think. Your responsibility is who you are becoming, not who they imagine you to be. Ask yourself honestly, what would you choose if judgment didn't exist? What dream have you postponed because of imagined opinions? What part of yourself have you hidden just to fit someone else's expectations? People's opinions shift with their moods, fears, biases, and insecurities. One day they praise you. The next day they doubt you. None of it defines your true worth. You can't build a strong life on foundations that change daily. But you can build something unshakable on virtues you control: integrity, courage, intention, effort. Here's a simple practice. Draw 3 circles. In the center, my thoughts, my actions, my effort. In the second, my communication, my habits, my environment. In the outer circle, what people think. Look at that outer circle and remind yourself, this is noise, not instruction. When you shift your focus from their thinking to your becoming, their opinions lose power, not because they changed, but because you did. 2. Approval is a trap. Freedom begins when you stop seeking it. There is a prison that needs no walls or guards. It's built from the need to be liked. It starts quietly, a softened tone, a diluted opinion, a forced smile. Over time, you begin shaping your identity around reactions. You say yes when you want to say no. You apologize unnecessarily. You work twice as hard for a fraction of validation. Slowly, you disappear. Seneca warned of this long ago. If you live for their approval, you will die by their rejection. When approval becomes your oxygen, disapproval becomes suffocation. And the cruel irony is this: the more you chase approval, the faster it retreats. People sense performance, desperation, and bending. It doesn't earn respect. It erodes it. Approval seeking weakens you because it signals distrust in your own judgment. Stoicism offers another way. Do not seek to be approved. Seek alignment with your values, principles, and inner compass. Alignment creates strength that doesn't need applause. Recall a moment when you acted purely from authenticity. Not to impress, but because it was true to you. In those moments, wasn't there a quiet freedom? That's who you really are. Approval feels like love, safety, and acceptance, but it's none of those. It's a reward system that keeps you obedient to expectations. Freedom begins the moment you stop performing for the crowd. For the next 48 hours, don't seek validation. Don't wait for praise. Don't adjust yourself to win favor. Move as if your worth is already settled by you. When the applause fades, you'll hear something stronger, your own inner freedom waking up. 3. People think less about you than you fear. One of the mind's greatest illusions is believing everyone is watching you. Every move, every flaw, every mistake. But this belief is born from fear, not fact. The spotlight effect convinces you that others notice far more than they do. In reality, most people are absorbed in their own worries, insecurities, and private battles. You rehearse conversations that never happened. You assume judgments never spoken. You suffer inside stories you invented. Seneca said it best: we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The next time you feel judged, ask yourself, do I have evidence, or am I imagining noise? Even when people do notice, their thoughts are fleeting. They move on. Why shape your life around moments that vanish? You are not the center of their world. They are the center of their own. And realizing this frees you to live with quiet confidence. 4. Live by your values, not their opinions. At some point, you must choose your compass, public opinion or personal values. Those who never choose drift through life seeking acceptance, shaped by fear rather than conviction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Notice what's missing: approval. When values lead, decisions simplify. You stop asking, what will they think? And start asking, is this aligned with who I want to be? Values root you. Opinions blow like wind. Act from your principles, and you become steady, even in storms. 5. Their judgment reflects them, not you. People rarely see you as you are. They see you through their own fears, wounds, and insecurities. Judgment is a mirror of their inner world, not a verdict on your worth. Epictetus said, when someone speaks ill of you, remember they do so from their own understanding. Criticism is often projection. Observe it without absorbing it. Don't evaluate yourself using someone else's distorted mirror. Ask, is this about me or about them? Most of the time, that question sets you free. 6. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your life. There is strength in living without constant justification. The more you explain yourself, the more power you give others to judge. Stoicism teaches embodiment over explanation. Let your life speak. You can explain perfectly and still be misunderstood. Strength isn't convincing others. It's walking your path with quiet certainty. For the next 24 hours, when questioned, respond calmly. This is what I've chosen. No defense, no debate. A life lived with integrity requires no explanation. 7. Approve yourself first, then no one can shake you. Most people spend their lives seeking permission to dream, change, grow, and be themselves. Stoicism calls you to grant that permission internally. Self-approval isn't arrogance. It's alignment. Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Decide who you are becoming. Set your standards. Live by them. When you do, outside opinions lose their grip. Each day, take one action that reinforces your integrity. Small, consistent acts build inner authority. Choose character over approval, and you become unshakable. Conclusion: if you've made it this far, something has already shifted. Once you see how much of life is controlled by imagined opinions, you can't unsee it. You've learned 7 truths. You control who you become. Approval is a trap. People think less about you than you fear. Values must lead. Judgment reflects the judge. Explanations aren't owed. And self-approval creates strength. These are not ideas to admire. They are practices to live. One decision, one boundary, one courageous action at a time. Your power was never meant to come from the crowd. It was meant to come from within. Choose one principle today and live it, because a single step taken from conviction outweighs 1,000 taken from fear. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated, comment, "I choose inner freedom." The world may have its opinions, but your life belongs to you.